Hi, Tracy Hugelmeyer here from VintagepreneurUniversity.com, where I help vintage sellers start, grow, and scale their business on Etsy. I also own my own vintage business, Rustic Eye, that I've had on Etsy since 2013. And today I want to talk to you really quickly about the new stats that came out. Etsy surprised us with a brand new stats platform, so let's take a look and see what's there. Okay, so we are in the brand new Etsy Stats platform as of October 9th, 2019. And the very first thing that I checked, probably because of the recent experience with the Etsy ads change, is the little drop down and, what we can use to view our stats. And that hasn't changed. Everything still looks good. We can sort by custom, last 30 days, this year. I don't see last year. I liked using last year, but I guess I could use a custom for that. But pretty much everything else is there, so that's good. With anything else, this will take a little bit getting used to, but I like to keep an open mind when it comes to these changes because there's somebody working behind the scenes to try and make things better. So my outlook is this should be better. So I'm looking for what is better about it that I can use to my benefit. So let's go ahead and take the quick tour and see what happens. This is my first time looking at this. All right, so it looks like we can toggle between our key metrics like visits and orders and see how they're performing year over year. What's new is we can track our conversion rate, which is the percentage of visitors that make a purchase. And this info is key to understanding your shop's performance. I do like that they have the conversion rate available for you. I think that is awesome to see at first glance. The only thing to be careful about with conversion rate is conversion rate doesn't do you a whole lot of good if you're looking at a short term. It does a lot better, gives you a lot better kind of indication of how you're doing if you look at it over a longer period of time, like at least, I would say at least, for the year or for 12 months. So the current year, since we're in October, you could look at just this year or the last 12 months. I think that is those are two good indicators of your conversion rate if you want to look at that stat. When Etsy's saying toggle between, I think they're talking about how you can click on orders, conversion rate, revenue. You can click on any of these things here and see that metric. Let's see what's next. See exactly how shoppers are finding you so you can discover ways to get more visits. You get insights into all the traffic Etsy drives to your shop, as well as the traffic you drive through your own promotions. So this is kind of nice. Again, we're only looking at the current month. So this is just a few days worth of data. Probably not that helpful, but I always do like seeing these green arrows. It's interesting that advertising is the only one that's gone down. Yikes. But anyway, again, this is only for a few days and overall my metrics are up. So it is what it is. Okay, next. To learn more about each traffic source, you click on it. You'll see a graph that shows how each traffic source is trending over time. It says, quick note, to see the search terms buyers use to find your shop, click on Etsy search. Okay, good. We still can see the search terms, so I'm going to take a closer look at that in a few minutes. Next, get detailed info on each listing's performance so you can clearly see what buyers are most excited about. Click on the column headers to sort each category from highest to lowest so we can sort by ascending and descending order. And then take a deep dive into your new stats experience with this in-depth article which breaks down all the info you need to use your stats effectively. And of course, they're excited to hear our feedback, and I'm sure I'll be giving some. I always do. And I encourage you to as well, because it's the only way Etsy's going to know what we need, right? Okay, so I do want to look at the article. Let's see here. All right, so I'm just going to give you the highlights. The first thing that I really like is if your shop has been open for more than a year, you can see your data compared to the previous year. That's good. I always recommend, and I do for myself, look at those comparisons because you are your best data when it comes to how you're doing. So looking at you, your results compared to your results from the previous year is your best indication of your growth and how you're doing. So I'm glad they kept that. It'll be interesting to look at the conversion rate over time because it says you can see how any of these metrics, visits, orders, conversion rate, and revenue, are trending over the time period that you select. So that's really cool. So this is really interesting. I'm looking now at the conversion rate tab, and you can see the conversion rate over time, which is really interesting. Some days it's as high as almost 4%, and other days, there was one day here I didn't have any sales, but the other days, it's lower than 1%. So it's very, very interesting to see the differences there on a short-term scale. But again, it's always better to look at stats over a long-term range rather than just a few days. That's usually not going to give you a very accurate snapshot of how you're doing. Okay, that's just a quick overview of my first look at Etsy stats. What do you guys think of the new Etsy stats? Comment below and let me know. And if you are looking for a place to, bounce ideas off of and get feedback, we have a great free private Facebook group, Etsy Junkies for Etsy vintage sellers, and I'll link to that below for you. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and click the little bell as well so you get notified whenever a new video comes out. Thank you so much for joining me today, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!